Right now, they're still actively looking for the suspect. We have Lieutenant Matheson from West Valley Police joining us this morning. Tell us how this started and when and where.
So we're at about 1450 West on Parkway Avenue in West Valley. About 3:45 this morning, we received a phone call from a neighbor who witnessed a male and a female arguing. And during that argument, the male produced a handgun. The male then left in a white SUV. As our officers were coming into the area, they located the SUV, which fled from them and returned back to the address. The driver fled on foot. This time we haven't located the driver, but the presence here was for us to be able to check the welfare of the female that was involved and her children that were in the home.
Okay, and what can you tell me about them this morning?
Everybody that was involved is fine. Our biggest concern was the welfare of the female that was involved. But everybody's fine, there's no injuries. And
what do you guys know about the suspect?
The suspect has somewhat of a history with us, mostly in this area. So what we're going to do is run down some leads and hopefully be able to get him into custody.
Okay, so you guys know who you're looking for?
We do.
And have you guys located a weapon?
At this time we have not located a weapon, but they're searching the vehicle now that was recovered after he fled, and hopefully there'll be some contraband in there.
And we heard there was some sort of police chase involved in all of this?
It was. When our officers showed up, we had information that he had left in a white SUV. They located that SUV leaving from the area. They attempted to stop it to make contact with him, and at which time the vehicle fled, but came right back to the address that they were dispatched to.
So is the white SUV in front of that home the SUV you guys were chasing?
Yes.
Okay, and does it belong to him?
It belongs to the female victim.
Okay, and what's the relationship between the male and female?
They're just dating.
Okay, and the kids are okay? Where are they at right now?
The kids are back in the home with the mother, and everybody's okay. So we'll just keep looking for the suspect, and hopefully we can get him into custody.
Okay, there's still a lot of flashing lights and stuff going on out here. What are you guys doing at this moment here in front of this home?
At this moment, they're just working on the inventory of the vehicle and getting that impounded. And we still have some officers following up with some leads on locating the suspect. So that's what we're doing at this point.
Okay, so at this point, nobody's been hurt as far as you can tell, or that has been reported?
Correct. Nobody's injured. We've made contact with everybody involved except for the suspect, and there's no injuries.
A lot of domestic violence situations, though, you guys have been responding to just within the last couple of weeks.
It seems like it. It seems like it's probably one of the most prevalent calls that we receive, and so we deal with it on a daily basis.
All right, thanks so much, Lieutenant Matheson. We appreciate your time. We'll stay right here as they're out here trying to gather evidence and collect it throughout the morning. We'll try and grab updates. Ron and Mary.
What's going on, Morgan?
Hey, at least half a dozen crashes that we're tracking right now. Let's get right to it. Camera around as we're driving on our way to those crashes. Southbound looking okay right now as we make our way around the point of the mountain. You can see northbound traffic is also kind of slowing right now. There are just a couple of drivers on the road. We're kind of off in the HOV lane where it is wet this morning. All these roads, all lanes, very wet this morning. We did talk to UHP just a couple of minutes ago. They told us over the phone that this is a bad snow day for driving. They are responding to at least 20 different crashes around the valley, most of them weather related, all throughout Salt Lake and Utah County. You can see just ahead as we kind of dip our way into Lehi this morning, a lot of brake lights up ahead. You can see that slowing as we approach the point of the mountain and Lehi. Those lights just to the left of you is the northbound lanes, all of those drivers making their way from Utah County into Salt Lake County. So we assume there's going to be a lot of stopping and a lot of slowing, slow and go up ahead. So as soon as we get closer to the area, we'll let you guys know. You can kind of see some sprinkles on the windshield. Our wipers have been moving just back and forth a little bit throughout the morning. We're probably another, I would say, 15 minutes out or so. So we'll try and make our way as close as we can. We do have several calls into the Utah Highway Patrol, the sergeant who's actually on scene to figure out exactly what caused these crashes and how big the backup is this morning. So stick with us as we make our way a little closer to the area and get some more information. For now, Ron and Mary, that's all we have for you. Again, check back with us in the next couple of minutes as we get a little bit closer. Back to you.
Paxton joins us live with how things look. Morgan? One of a dozen crashes right behind us, guys. Let's take a quick look at what's going on. You can see some significant damage. The good news is no one was injured, at least in these crashes. We've gotten a hold of the Utah Highway Patrol, who tells us they've responded to multiple crashes just like these within the last hour. Dispatch trying to sort all the crashes out because they say there's so many calls coming in. They don't know if there's some of the same crashes, but take a look at the damage. You can see because of these slide offs, they hit the barrier, the ice on the ground. At least 3 cars involved in this crash. This crash right here. Farther north of where we're standing right now along southbound I-15 in Lehi, there was another slide off, that car facing the wrong direction. So they've actually had to push all of the cars farther north, stopped on I-15 this morning. The road's just really bad in this area. If you try and stop too close to a crash, it's going to be too late and you'll end up in a situation like this. So just avoid this area if you can, or expect some major delays this morning. Just slow down if you have to be on the roads. Just not the best way you want to begin the work week. It is super cold, obviously extremely windy out here, so it's creating some icy slick conditions. You can see all of that right below our feet this morning. We've got the flashing lights, the police, the fire trucks out here. We've talked to a couple of the drivers. You can see their airbags were actually deployed here. So look inside one of these cars. The drivers have allowed us to get up close. We actually asked if they wanted to talk, and they're still so shaken up that they didn't want to, but you can see the glass just kind of shattered right inside of that car. Their heat's now not working, so they're standing out here in this freezing cold. It's certainly just not a situation you want to be in here this morning. So we'll try and get some more information on this crash and all the other crashes that are going on out here, but hopefully this is indication to all other drivers who haven't hit the road this morning to either leave early or not at all. Ron and Mary.